Jesse here with Jump Entertainment. I'm here with Mike and Gary from Plethora. How are you guys doing today?
Doing great.
Not too bad.
Happy to be here.
So you guys made the trip in all the way from Oshawa. How was that trip today?
Good. Yeah, it's always nice to get out of the Schwab. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love being from Oshawa.
It's always nice getting the fuck out of there.
I like being in Toronto.
When I first moved to Toronto, I never been to Oshawa, didn't know what it was. All I know is everybody I knew talked shit about it.
Even people from Oshawa talk shit about Oshawa. Sometimes it bugs me a little bit, but it does kind of have a bit of a...
It's always dirty.
Yeah, it's always been a hard rock and kind of metal town, you know, and there's a big crack scene there for metal, so I think that kind of influenced its reputation. It actually was the crack capital of Canada for quite some time.
I'm getting the history lesson.
Yeah.
Crack history of Canada.
Crack history, yeah.
A lot of shit went down.
Today on Crack History with Plethora.
So we got the crack history down. How about some band history? What brought you guys together?
Well, I mean, Jordan and I started this thing maybe about 10 years ago. You know, we're just fans of metal, and you know, we definitely had aspirations of being the biggest band and wanting to be the next Metallica. And it's still in the back of our heads for sure, and we still strive to do the best things we can, try to make the smartest business moves, and you know, we stay focused on it. It's the music business. It's like there's two things, you know. I mean, I'm happy playing guitar and making music, and I'm not going to stop no matter what, whether we're Metallica or Plethora right now. You know, I mean, we're just starting out, and I'm happy. I'm happy doing what we're doing, and I'm not doing it because I'm trying to get rich. Although, I mean, people who have picked up guitars have done it before, so I feel like, you know, well, it would be nice. You know, why not us? You know, I mean, we went to school, and
yeah,
we can play, and I like the music we have. And trying to stay focused on being original too. I'm happy doing what we're doing.
Nice.
I don't know if that answered. I feel like I veered off from how we started. But no, so Jordan and I started 10 years ago, and then we went to school together.
Yeah, we all met at, we went to Metalworks, took a recording and performance course. There, Mike and I actually went for guitar, Jordan went for drums, and our bass player went for bass. So all of us went there, and yeah, over 3 years, kind of started writing tunes and working on recording them, and meeting producers and, you know, PR people, the like, trying to get the music and business.
Yeah, which is yeah, one of the things I feel like a lot of bands struggle with. I feel like you guys are a great example of amazing, like, top-notch musicians, right? You guys all like Metalworks. You guys is anybody listen to music? If you haven't, I suggest doing that right now. But like, the musicianship is phenomenal.
Thanks.
It's top-notch.
Thank you. All right, we have great teachers. You know, a big part of that is, you know, I can't help but thank, you know, Metalworks. You know, when you say that we have great musicianship, I keep thinking of my teacher who just plays circles around.
Yeah, hit the wrong note, start whipping your fingers with the ruler.
That kind of school.
But seriously though, no, I hear you. It's a very taking your talent in music and turning it into business, which is a completely separate world. Has nothing to do, like, there's no transferable skills between music and business. It's a completely learned skill.
It's a little bit tricky in the music business too, because it's not like there's this big, you know, football players and basketball players kind of have, you know, the NBA and NFL to strive for, and, you know, I'm sure, you know, that's a difficult career path too, you know, I'm not saying, but I think it's just a little bit more shady with the music business, and when I say shady, I mean it is hard to see where can I get on making this money, you know. I mean, you hear Justin Bieber, he got popular through YouTube, you know, and that's an avenue. It's like there's all these different avenues to get popular and, you know, get your business going. And you know, I hear two sides of the coin. I hear people say that it's bad to sign with a major label, and you don't need to, and there's so many downfalls. But man, that to me, that's always kind of been a bit of the dream too, you know, to be able to sign like a big deal, you know, and go on a big tour, and you know, that's been in our heads a bit too,
and I don't make them like they used to.
Yeah.
They don't fucking make them like they used to, bud.
Yeah. the business can block you a bit. I mean, it's a tough business.
Definitely.
You know, a lot of those cliches you hear, like rock and roll is a vicious game. It's true. I mean, we're still young and green in the business, but I think we've seen enough to know that it is a vicious industry. There's a lot of competition, and there's a lot of guys who aren't even really musicians who see dollar signs. And, they have a lot of the control, you know, and I don't know. I don't want to be negative, so I'm just going to
say. The way we always kind of put it, we have this, it's like the music industry's a greasy crock of shit. We're all just pigs rolling around and just loving every second of it, getting covered in mud and shit.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, aside from like strippers, I don't know if anybody gets taken advantage more than musicians.
Oh, man. Oh, no dinner, no lube, bite the pillow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so business-wise, I'm going to say musicality is not to the side.
Yeah.
Business-wise, so what's the next step? What's stopping you guys from being the next Metallica, being signed to that label? What's the steps you're taking in 2017 to achieve these things you're going for?
First things first, you always got to have something to get something, right? Like, you got to have that baseline. You got to have an original idea. So, like, our first kind of step is we're trying original promotions. We got this little USB here with our logo on it, dog tags, and so we got them set up, they're USB keys that have our music on it. You know, something a little different than a CD. You want to draw people's attention in ways that other people aren't necessarily going for.
2017, I think we're going to try and do things a little bit ourselves. You know, like I was mentioning, we've always had this big vision of, oh man, I want to be the next Metallica and tour with these guys. And you know, all last year we were talking to guys from the States. You know, we were getting offers from big bands, and it's just big money, and it was unrealistic for us at the time. So I think what we're doing this year, we just bought a bunch of merch. You know, we got some sweaters and t-shirts, and we've been working really hard on the music. You know, we have a manager based out of Denver, and he went and shopped our music to some major record labels, and some of the things that they told us were, you know, write this kind of song, you know, like try and write a more radio-friendly tune. So
try to be like this band.
You know, while all of this has been going on with this, you know, struggle of money, trying to get on tours and find out what's the next smartest move for us, we've been writing. You know, I personally, like, I get bad. I kind of like block out important stuff in my life, and all I do is play guitar. I mean, that's not all I do. I mean, I'm certainly. I have my lazy days too.
Eat, sleep, shit, shred.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I think this year it's going to be more us doing it the way we want to do it. We're going to go out to Montreal on our dime. We're going to travel on our dime, and we're going to play with bands that we want to play with. You know, we've been playing with. There's some good local stuff going around the Ontario scene. You know, Plethora, Sledgehammer, Profaner. You know, those guys just won the Vakken Metal Battle and went over there. And those are guys that we want to be playing with, you know, just as much as Metallica, honestly. I want to play with our peers, and I want to grow up with them. I'm happy to be in the scene and in the fight, you know. I'm happy to just be in the fight. Honestly, I'm happy to be able to walk. I'm happy to be able to, you know, meet these guys every week, you know, and be in a band with them. And I'm happy doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to keep going and keep pushing towards that goal. I know that there's a lot of other bands biting at the bit, you know. Snake River Redemption, they're another local band really chomping at the bit and playing with good promoters, and there's a ton of bands, you know. Even Vesperia, another local band, you know, Oshawa guys. A lot of good heavy bands come around from this area, and have for a long time. And you know, we want to be one of them.
So you're mentioning labels, kind of mentioning maybe you guys do something more poppy, something more. That's not the words you use. Something more radio friendly.
Yeah, we have a tune now where we're trying to get him to sing a little bit more. You know, not. I mean, we're still
not naturally. I've always been like, even before metal, I've always been really into soul music. I grew up like my dad was really into singers. I like a lot of Aretha Franklin. Yeah, musical theater and a lot of, like I said, singers. I'm really into Queen and Aretha Franklin and Otis Redding and trying to figure out how to, you know, take everything we do, all this weird amalgamation of shit, squishing it into one, you know, musically coherent bubble.
Yeah.
So it's always a battle trying to fucking take who you are and what you are and just puke it out onto a page.
Yeah.
And connect to people with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And, so I know you guys are very, like, it's metal, it's a genre that's not as mainstream as a lot of them, but you guys, like, just knowing you guys are so hardcore, like, you are people who truly love and live metal.
Well, there's
what is it about metal that, what is metal to you guys? What is it that does all this?
I think it's like a community and just an energy, and there's just something about that aggression in music that doesn't connect with any other, like, you know, I don't go and fucking see John Legend live and have people running out R&B! There's like a type of person that's into it. There's a loyalty that lies within it. Like, you'll hear people, all I listen to is real metal. That's all I want. That's all I like.
I think there's something to what you grow up with sticks with you. I mean, Gary was mentioning, you know, Aretha Franklin and Otis Redding, and I love those tunes too, and I learned those tunes, and because I like them, I enjoy it, and we're definitely a metal band, but I try not to focus on being a metal band, and I almost try not to think about, because I don't want to sound like Lamb of God, I don't want to sound like Slipknot. Those are two of my favorite bands, and they're clearly a big influence on us, but, you know, Stevie Wonder's a huge influence too, you know. I mean, if you really look at in songwriting that we're doing, you can see stuff that we've ripped off from him.
Yeah. Well, that's what I love.
I mean, it's part of the instrumentation that makes us metal. I mean, I just got a new Orange Head, a dual dark, and it's hard not to sound metal coming through that thing. You know, I'm playing a Gibson V, and Jordan's got, you know, a 7-piece Mapex kit.
Oh, fucking 27 piece.
It's a lot of it's the instrumentation. If you notated each of everything that's going on in the music, you could apply different instrumentation to it. You know, maybe change the tempo or here and there, and turn it into something completely different. You know, I think lyrical content goes with that too. You know, we look at what's a good song that we could cover, you know, and I think you can take from any genre, but when it comes to, I think what makes metal is it's a darker subject. It's similar to the blues, you know. I think Howlin' Wolf to me is some of the roots of metal. Yeah. The way that he's, not only his voice and the growl that he's using, but the lyrics, you know. That's partially what makes metal is the content, you know. I mean, we try to be very real and honest with ourselves, and, you know.
Well, it's like, there's a certain honesty to it, right? Like, you were touching perfect with the Howlin' Wolf. Like, there's a realness to life. Like, you're not writing about what you think people want to hear or where you want to go with it. You're writing, like, what you feel that day, how, like, what actually pisses you off, what drives you to get out of bed in the morning. Like, there's just a honesty to it that I feel like there's missing from a lot of stuff nowadays.
I'd way rather write something real that connected with, like, you know, a few people than wrote something that, I mean, yeah, I'd love to be rich. It'd be it would be awesome, but I mean, I don't know, I'm happy, so I don't really care. You know, I would rather write a really good song that somebody, I was thinking to myself a little bit about this interview on the way here and what we were going to say, and I was thinking when I was a kid, the first time I heard Slipknot, the first time I heard Metallica, the first time I heard Ozzy, I can picture those moments in my head and the feeling that I got. I remember thinking, man, I want to give somebody this feeling. That's what I want to do with my life. I want to write the riffs that make people feel this good. It's not like, I want to write a hit so I can get rich. It's
I want to be a musician so I can get laid.
And you know what? Yeah, that's true.
That seems to be going on a lot.
But
Fucking Chris Martin, I'm looking at you.
But nothing wrong with that. It's more respectable than doing it just for money, in my opinion. I think because money's not really real.
Fuck, we just got meta.
This is the piece going there.
Piece of paper and it owns you, bro.
But no, I was thinking about that, saying like I want to give something away, but I realize I'm still that kid and I'm still getting that feeling. Like I'm excited when we get together and rehearse. I'm excited when we have a show. I have no like, I'm not nervous when we have a show coming up. I have no like, oh, there's pressure. I'm into it. I'm there because I want to be there, and I'm gonna keep doing it, no matter what.
Okay, so what else? What's coming out in 2017? I know you guys have stuff recorded. You're kind of sitting on waiting to release. You're recording new stuff. What exciting things is coming out of Plethora?
We've been talking with recording with Scott from Cancer Bats. He's been down to a couple of our rehearsals and he's been in listening to our stuff. And you know, we've talked about writing some tunes and rewriting some tunes with him. We might put out a little EP with him, but like you said, we've been sitting on some stuff that we recorded for a while. You know, we had all these big plans. You know, we recorded songs that we were very happy with. And then we got picked up by a manager, and the plan was, man, let's go to the States and record this with a big producer and really try to get on a big label and hit a huge home run right away. And then the reality of our bank accounts checked in, you know. Yeah. It was just, you know, we had the right connections to get in there and do some things, but you know, we're kind of looking at doing things more on our own. There's a really good publicist in Canada named John Asher. I don't know if you know him, but we've been talking about working with him and helping him just get some music released. You know, we feel comfortable and happy with music that we're making, and all of this has been over a bit of a year. This time frame that I'm talking about when we signed with this manager and been sitting on these materials. So we've been writing and writing and writing, and we really like a lot of the new songs, so it's just a matter of thinking about what's the smartest business move that we can afford to make, you know. And I think we're more, like I said, 2017, we're going to do things on our boat, and we're going to do it the way that we want. We're going to release things the way that we want. If we want to put out a full album, that's what we're going to do. We certainly have the songs. But then, you know, we want to be smart too, you know. I mean, like, we've been talking about putting out maybe 3 or 4 songs at a time and saving some, you know. But we're sitting on about 20 songs right now.
Nice.
It's one of those things, they always say forever to put out your first album.
Right.
So a lot of what we're doing is refining that 20 down to the best few, trying to get, you know, really the best package you can get out the gate.
Cool.
So yeah, 2017, we're looking to try to come out the gate strong.
Nice. Okay, and so for people who want to see how you guys do things your own way, where do they find you?
Facebook is Plethora Metal. YouTube is Plethora Band, and our website is, well, you should just go to our website, plethorametal.com, and that will link you to everything. You know, that's got our Instagram, our Facebook. So
yeah, we're definitely a live band. If you want to check us out,
that is the best place.
Say Toronto a couple times a month, Oshawa a couple times a month. All our shows are always updated on our website every week. Yeah, our Facebook always has our Facebook always has our
Facebook
most recent shows.
I definitely recommend checking these guys out. You're looking for some good metal music, and if you're looking for some shows in Toronto, I've seen it before. With a theater background, it's definitely something you want to see. Plethoramental.com. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Thanks, brother.